Hey y'all, welcome to my channel. So anyway, I just want to put a little disclaimer on this video before I even get started. I have a little bit of a background when it comes to like the military and stuff like that. I grew up around the Air Force because my uncle is in the Air Force. Shout out to my uncle Mike. And well, he was in the Air Force. He retired as a colonel. So my uncle was in the Air Force. My great grandfather was a Marine, and my grandpa was in the Army. And currently, at the moment, my boyfriend is in the Navy. So I have a little bit more experience with the Navy and the Air Force. So I'm not going to say my opinion is biased, but that's just what I know. So I'm only going to speak on those two branches because that's just what I'm accustomed to. And some things vary from branch to branch. So here's the things that I wish I knew about care packages before I started. So when I first started doing care packages, boxes, I used to get my boxes from Walmart and I didn't know. So when you use a carrier to send your care packages, um, they go off weight when you don't use their boxes. So if you go to UPS, FedEx, or the Postal Service, they give you a flat rate. It won't change and they don't go off the weight. So the box is free. Excuse me. The box is free. And then you put what you want in it. And then after that, you bring it back and you pay for it. The two box sizes I use are about $7, and the other size that I use most of the time is $14. The most that I've ever paid for a package is $70, and that was before I knew that little tidbit. And then the most I've ever paid while using UPS, well, not UPS, but the Postal Service boxes, has been $30. And then I had to pay $3 for a larger box. Now, also another fun tip, you can get these boxes delivered to your house. Also, another pro tip, I'm going to suggest that you guys fill out your customs form. You can always go to your post office, which is what I use. I don't really use the other carriers. I use post service because mine's very efficient. But you can go to the post office and get the customs forms because they're gonna make you fill them out. And I hate filling out customs forms though, because they just take all day and it's kind of hard for me because I have a 9 to 5. I go to school full time and I'm always helping somebody. Like today, I was doing laundry. I was helping my aunt with her birthday planning because I'm always helping people with birthday plans and stuff. So, I'm always like on the go, you know what I'm saying? So, customs forms take a while. So, it makes the process just a little bit faster. The other thing is, I would say decorating because that's what most people like to do. Now, don't feel bad if you're not like the best drawer or, arts and crafts and all that kind of stuff is not in your forte. You can go on Etsy and actually buy some of the flap decorations and put them on there. Or you could just do it yourself. Trust me, it's not that big of a deal. It's the thought that counts. I used to decorate boxes, but now I don't have the time. And on top of not having the time, my ends up having to break down the boxes anyways. And he was like, there's really no point. He was like, I appreciate it, but it's not needed. So I don't do that anymore. Another thing I want to talk about in addition to decorating the boxes is ideas. So sometimes you tend to run out of ideas. Now, a great place to look for ideas, obviously YouTube. I do use a lot of Pinterest. I found a great idea on Pinterest. So you could take a flash drive, record yourself using your phone, or if you have a camera, you can do your webcam. Webcam would probably be the easiest because then you don't need a USB for your computer to get the video off. So webcam would probably be the best idea, but you can make a sweet message to your loved one and put it on the flash drive so they can watch it, which I thought was a brilliant idea. Also, snacks. Another thing. That's the biggest thing that you could put in care packages because while they're away, you know, they're missing snacks. And I've heard that snacks on the ship are pretty pricey. So I always do snacks so he doesn't have to buy any. The thing I will say though is I never send him liquids. Now you can send liquids, but the thing about liquids is they test them, so it takes longer. So in addition to you sending it, it's going to take a while for it to get to them. Once they get to it and they receive it on their end, they have to test it. So then God knows when they get it. I think, and then I think this is kind of obvious, but just for those who may not know, because it's a learning curve as you go, you learn. Don't put anything in there like frozen food, pork. They can't put that in there. I would say that you can Google the list, because you can, and I have, but that list is so long, and then there's so many websites that have little portions of what's on that actual list. So one thing on the list, they don't want you using lithium batteries. So you can send batteries, but you got to be careful which ones you send. See, it's stuff like that that's kind of like a should I, shouldn't I? Another thing, you can send pictures. Don't send nudes. The only reason why I'm going to say that is because you can get them in trouble for doing that. Don't do that. I know some people who do that, and I would advise against it. However, if you do, just know that if they get caught, they can get in trouble for that, because they do random searches of boxes. Now, mine has never been random search except for this last time, because it was like a big box, which I was a little pissed off about, because the box was a little destroyed when he got to it, but everything in the box was fine. But I was just a little bit upset that he received it like that. Another great idea I got off of Pinterest was these letters to home, or for home. I think that's what the category is under. Pinterest, by the way, has a lot of great ideas. So you can do these, which is open when you're homesick. I have this one, open when you need a laugh. I'm not funny whatsoever, so therefore he's gonna have to bear with me on that one. I have when you want to reminisce, and get creative. You don't have to copy the exact like cartoons that like I did, but these are just some suggestions. Open when you've had a bad day. Open when you're about to take your exams, because they do like the rank test on the ship. I got that one. Open when you need some motivation. And I have this last one I made, open when you're stressed. Those are also great ideas, because again, can't speak for all the other branches, but with the Navy, when they're on the ship and they're actually deployed or underway, which, going off topic for a second, underway is kind of like a deployment. It's just they're not gone as long. But like I was saying, back to what I was originally saying, was the ship sometimes goes in and out of service. So that's the importance of why I wrote the letters, and I thought that that was a good idea, because they're going in and out of service and he can't talk to me. And as much as you know, I miss him, I feel like he needs to talk to me more than I need to talk to him, in a sense, if you get what I'm saying. Because even though I miss him, I still get to go home at night. I get to eat whatever the hell I want. You know what I'm saying? And I get to hang out with my friends and stuff. So, like, I'm not depressed. I'm not saying that he is. But, you know, I'm not dealing with as much as he's dealing with. And I'm not putting my life on the line. So that's why I think letters are a good idea. They also turn off the internet sometimes. I want to say I feel like that's a security thing, because if they give their position away on the boat, they make them stay out on water longer, because it's a safety concern. So that's why I think letters and the videos with the flash drives are kind of essential, because it helps them, you know, when they can't talk to you. And I think that's very important, because I can't always email, and email is the prime form of communication. I do letters to him. Obviously, he doesn't send anything back as far as letters, because first of all, how's he going to get it to me? And second of all, it takes too long. So we don't do letters, but I send him some just so he kind of gives like that motivational boost. Another great idea, which I recently just did, I did a picture frame with all his family members in it, and that's a great idea. I bought the frame from the dollar store. Lovely little hack right there. Bought a frame from the dollar store, and then I use FreePrints, which is an app you can get on the from the Apple Store or Android. I think it's Play Store, I want to say. Don't quote me on that. I have an iPhone. But if you go to the Apple Store and get FreePrints, they will let you get up to 78 photos, I want to say, a month for free. The only thing is you have to pay shipping. The highest I paid on shipping, I want to say, was $7 or $8. The lowest, because I only needed about like 8 pictures this time, was $2.99. And $2.99 might seem a little expensive for 8 photos, but I literally didn't need that much. And then, to be honest, where is he gonna put them all? Because if you don't know, they have a locker on the ship. They all have their own locker, but I'm not allowed to go in there and see, so I didn't see how big it was, but I'm just assuming that it's not that big. In my mind, I have this like imagination that I think it's like a medium-sized locker, because I know there's a lot of stuff that he has in his locker from stuff that I've sent him. So I want to say it's like a medium-sized locker. One last thing. When they give you the tracking number, they can only track it so far. So the way my tracking system goes, it shows my current state, because we have 2 post offices here. Well, not 2, obviously, but the one by my house I mail everything by, and then they send it to the general mail in my state post office. I'm not saying the correct words, bear with me, people. And then it goes to the next state over. Now, once it goes to the next state over, I can't see it, and for days it'll say transit, even weeks. So it doesn't actually show you, because it goes on a plane, which that is another thing. It goes on a plane, so that's another reason why you don't want to buy liquids. And if you do send chips or anything like that, you want to put them in a Ziploc bag and make sure all the air is out, because there's no air in the planes that they use to ship the boxes, so it'll combust. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I'm sorry if I was talking a little fast, but it's my first video and I was a little nervous about doing it. Second of all, if you want to see an updated video about care packages, let me know, especially because my best friend, well, one of my best friends actually, her boyfriend is in the Army. So, and she hasn't had to do a care package, but if you would like us to compare branches, Navy versus Army, just drop suggestions in the comments, and I'll redo a video. Hit that like button, smash the subscribe button, and don't be afraid to turn your post notifications.